not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. Is God willing to prevent evil, but not able? Then he is not omnipotent. Is he able, but not willing? Then he is malevolent. Is he both able and willing? Then whence cometh evil? Is he neither able nor willing? Then why call him God? Death, therefore, the most awful of evils, is nothing to us, seeing that, when we are, death is not come, and when death is come, we are not. He who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing. Why should I fear death? If I am, then death is not. If death is, then I am not. Why should I fear that which can only exist when I do not? Long time men lay oppressed with slavish fear. Religious tyranny did domineer. At length the mighty one of Greece began to assent the liberty of man. Of all the means to ensure happiness throughout the whole life, by far the most important is the acquisition of friends. Death does not concern us, because as long as we exist, death is not here, and when it does come, we no longer exist. You don't develop courage by being happy in your relationships every day. You develop it by surviving difficult times and challenging adversity. The wealth required by nature is limited and is easy to procure, but the wealth required by vain ideals extends to infinity. It is folly for a man to pray to the gods for that which he has the power to obtain by himself. Not what we have, but what we enjoy, constitutes our abundance. I have never wished to cater to the crowd, for what I know they do not approve, and what they approve I do not know. It is not so much our friends' help that helps us as the confident knowledge that they will help us. The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. If the gods listened to the prayers of men, all humankind would quickly perish, since they constantly pray for many evils to befall one another. I was not, I was, I am not, I care not. He who has peace of mind disturbs neither himself nor another. Never say that I have taken it, only that I have given it back. The noble man is chiefly concerned with wisdom and friendship. Of these, the former is a mortal good, the latter an immortal one. Death is nothing to us. When we exist, death is not, and when death exists, we are not. All sensation and consciousness ends with death, and therefore in death there is neither pleasure nor pain. The fear of death arises from the belief that in death there is awareness. Nothing is sufficient for the person who finds sufficiency too little. The fool's life is empty of gratitude and full of fears. Its course lies wholly toward the future. We must, therefore, pursue the things that make for happiness, seeing that when happiness is present, we have everything, but when it is absent, we do everything to possess it. He who says either that the time for philosophy has not yet come, or that it has passed, is like someone who says that the time for happiness has not yet come, or that it has passed. It is better for you to be free of fear lying upon a pallet than to have a golden couch and a rich table and be full of trouble. Be moderate in order to taste the joys of life in abundance. The greater the difficulty, the more the glory in surmounting it. All friendship is desirable in itself, though it starts from the need of help. The purpose of all knowledge, metaphysical as well as scientific, is to achieve what Epicurus called ataraxia, freedom from irrational fears and anxieties of all sorts. In brief, peace of mind. He who least needs tomorrow will most gladly greet tomorrow. The time when you should most of all withdraw into yourself is when you are forced to be in a crowd. Let no one delay the study of philosophy while young, nor weary of it when old. The gods can either take away evil from the world and will not, or being willing to do so cannot, or they neither can nor will, or lastly they are able and willing. If they have the will to remove evil and cannot, then they are not omnipotent. If they can but will not, then they are not benevolent. If they are neither able nor willing, they are neither omnipotent nor benevolent. Lastly, if they are both able and willing to annihilate evil, why does it exist? If you wish to make Epicurus rich, do not add to his store of money, but subtract from his desires. Death is nothing to us, since when we are, death has not come, and when death has come, we are not. When therefore we maintain that pleasure is the end,
we do not mean the pleasures of profligates and those that consist in sensuality, as is supposed by some who are either ignorant or disagree with us, or do not understand, but freedom from pain in the body and from trouble in the mind. For it is not continuous drinkings and revellings, nor the satisfaction of lusts, nor the enjoyment of fish and other luxuries of the wealthy table, which produce a pleasant life, but sober reasoning, searching out the motives for all choice and avoidance, and banishing mere opinions, to which are due the greatest disturbance of the spirit. The most important consequence of self-sufficiency is freedom. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. If thou wilt make a man happy, add not unto his riches, but take away from his desires. We should look for someone to eat and drink with before looking for something to eat and drink. Misfortune seldom intrudes upon the wise man. His greatest and highest interests are directed by reason throughout the course of life. Vain is the word of that philosopher, which does not heal any suffering of man. I never desired to please the rabble. What pleased them, I did not learn, and what I knew was far removed from their understanding. A right understanding that death is nothing to us makes the mortality of life enjoyable, not because it adds to it an infinite span of time, but because it takes away the craving for immortality. For there is nothing terrible in life for the man who has truly comprehended that there is nothing terrible in not living. The wise man who has become accustomed to necessities knows better how to share with others than how to take from them. So great a treasure of self-sufficiency has he found. If a little is not enough for you, nothing is. So death, the most terrifying of ills, is nothing to us, since so long as we exist, death is not with us. But when death comes, then we do not exist. It does not then concern either the living or the dead, since for the former it is not, and the latter are no more. Nothing is enough to the man for whom enough is too little. If the gods listened to the prayers of men, all men would quickly have perished, for they are forever praying for evil against one another,